The legendary Durutti column live in session with duets. And Vinny, can I tell you that you narrowly escaped a right telling off then?
Why?
Because I had to have a go. I would have had to have a go at you also, because I had a right go at John Stammers last night, actually, because on his album that he gave me, which might change before it comes out, he had a song called Untitled, and he had this rant about how if Martin Scorsese had made a film about boxing with Robert De Niro and couldn't be arsed thinking of a title, everybody would be quite upset. But the last moment I said to you, so what's this one called? And he was like, after much consternation, Duet it's called, and it's a brand new tune, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually not my tune, it's Poppy's tune. Poppy Morgan is writes and composes and stuff, and it's just, I've actually just hijacked her tune, and she graciously allowed me to do little high guitar notes over the top of it, and that's what it is. So it's actually Poppy's tune, but it's one off a new album that's been done, which features 4 of Poppy's tunes, and we've written, it's the first co-writing I've done for a long time.
I was going to say that we should perhaps talk about that a little bit later, but we should also talk about the fact that, look out, she's behind you. Poppy actually played piano on that tune.
Yeah.
And you have got 2 of the guys with you along tonight, the 2 guys that we would hope would be with you. Who are they?
That's Keir Stewart, who's our main producer guy, but he also plays bass when he's persuaded, and samplers and keyboards and all kinds of stuff. And he's a technical genius, and the only drummer that can ever play my stuff, which is Bruce Mitchell.
Absolutely, there'd be no show without Bruce.
No.
Right, excellent. All right then, well, it's a delight to have you. I mean, I've been looking at your web pages, and there's not been that much activity, but what has been going on we shall talk about in around about half an hour's time. But thanks for coming in, and thanks to great to meet you as well, Poppy.
Thank you.
Job's a good one. I'll play for everybody now who likes the birds. If you don't like the birds, make a brew. Durutti column. Cooey. Hello. Not yet, we'll have a bit of a chat. Whoa, hold your horses there, Vinny. I know you don't want to talk to me, and I don't blame you at all. But no, I'm going to grill you now, a bit like Jeremy Paxman.
Oh, God. Okay.
Absolutely. I know that you played a gig last year.
Yeah.
Good work, fella. Okay, and I know that you've done very little since.
Oh, no. Well, I'm occupied photographing wildlife in the woods and, stuff like that.
Is that what you've been doing?
No. I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know what I've been doing.
I don't want a day-by-day, blow-by-blow account, but you did a gig. You've not played for a long time.
No.
But you have been recording, haven't you?
Yeah, constantly. Done 2 albums or 3, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, we've just done an album which I'm supposed to plug, because you're supposed to plug them, aren't you? And
the record company will shout at you if you don't.
Well, it's another album, and what can I say? Just apologise for it, really.
It's just how brilliant a plug was that. You should be in marketing. There should be a new advertising campaign for the new Keane album. You should just say, wait, it's coming out, and not a lot more to say about it than that, really.
Well, no, I'm just going to keep doing them until someone pays me to stop doing them.
Well, that will never happen, will it? Does it ever kind of dawn on you how influential your career has been?
My haircut, probably.
Yeah, well, I would aspire to your haircut if I possibly could, but I could never aspire to your guitar playing. But you've been a massive influence on modern music, haven't you? Will you accept that?
No, I think everything you hear is an influence on you. It's like whether it's Radio 3, classical, everything you hear influences you. So for better or worse. So I don't think I'm more influential than anybody else. It's also, I kind of get a bit funny about being told I'm a virtuoso guitar player, because I go to Spain and Cordoba or Seville and places like that, and there's like a couple of thousand guitar players in just one town that make me feel like smashing the guitar up and never picking up again, and they'll never make an album. They're the real players. They're incredible. So it kind of gives you a sense of perspective. I just twiddle and make funny noises, and
That's another great marketing campaign. I just twiddle and make noises. You're good at you. Honestly, yeah. You want to stop playing guitar and go into marketing. We do need to discuss, without a smile on our faces, the tragic passing of Tony Wilson, who I know was a massive influence on your career. Can you remember the day that you found out that Tony had died?
Yeah. Well, myself and Tony's son and daughter and Alan Erasmus and a couple of very close friends were with him basically, and the last week at the hospital and stuff, and he had lots of support and stuff. He was very strong, and his spirit never left him. It was just amazing, and it was just incredibly lucky that I had so many years of knowing him. It's like 30 years or something, and he's left a big gap in my life because he was very much like a father figure to me, and just a wonderful man. Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, you say he's left a big gap in your life, and he's left a big gap in Manchester and probably the world's music scene, because, I mean, really what he did bring to, we know all the history, don't we, Joy Division and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But he was a wonderful and playful man, wasn't he? And one of the things that was discussing just last week, I don't know whose idea this was, but it was his first Durutti album, wasn't it, that had the sandpaper cover, the legendary cover?
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
Well, Tony was into situationism, and the Situationists, it's a very obscure, arty, kind of political, social group. They were going to bring us a book, which was going to be their manifesto, that would be in sandpaper. The idea being that it would destroy the covers of all the other books in the collection. So Tony just he lifted a lot of situationist ideas, and he came with many ideologies and an ethos that was mixed with, like hippie, punk. He just
he took everything in, didn't he? Really, and used it in a brilliant way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of confusion around the first Durutti album, because people say, "Oh, did it?" They seem to think that it scratched your record, like the inside was sandpaper, which is an even more kind of extreme version of it. Every time you put it in and pull it out again, it makes a mess of the record.
Well, that would have been a better idea if you heard the album.
Oh, give over. All right then. Before you keep putting yourself down, we'll probably better let you play some more music. So, what are you going to do for us now? Don't say Untitled.
It's an old tune, because we've not played as a band together since a year,
Yeah.
So we've not yet learnt the new. There's lots of new songs that we've got to learn, but that means we've all got to be in the same room at the same time, and that's difficult.
It does help, doesn't it? Yeah.
So anyway, this one's called Sea Line Woman.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm Marc Riley, and that over there is a Durutti column. Hello. Hello. Now then, we've had Gerard Roger in. He supplied his name and address, so we're all right. But he said that he was on with Sean Keaveney on Six Music a short while ago, and he was mentioning the fact, that's the reason he was on there, that he still owed a plectrum by you. Apparently he filled in a form, how long ago? 1995. He still waits for it every morning when the postman tips up. You were giving away free plectrums at one point in time, were you?
I think, Tony had his. It was great. Well, what happened was Johnny Marr sent me a personalised plectrum, and so I decided that I should have some, and we did make some, but factory being factory, not everybody got them that was supposed to get them.
Well, that's probably perfect in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and he's still talking about it, so that's good news. Right, well, thank you very much for coming in, guys. I really do appreciate it. And Poppy, of course, who's in the other room. He's not going to play on this track. But before you go into For My Mother, you've got a gig to plug, at least one.
Yeah. What date is it?
A week today.
A week today.
Right.
At the Ruby Lounge.
Ruby Lounge in Manchester. Right, okay. So a week today, if you want to go see the Durutti column and you don't live in Manchester, you're going to have to travel. That's just the way it is. So you're going to do the last tune for us now and then Scarpa, aren't you?
Yeah. Going to get a curry.
Are you? What, just round the corner?
No, in Russian.
Oh, yeah, good work, fella. Anyway, it's not about that. Durutti column live in session For My Mother.